Hello everyone, this is Karen.
Welcome back everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at day 2 of Taiwan's tiny but beautiful green island. And the vocabulary words are dive.
Dive.
It can be dangerous to dive into water from a great height.
Colorful.
Colorful.
The bird has very colorful feathers, so it's hard not to notice.
Admire.
Admire.
Liz admired the beautiful flowers in the park.
Object.
Object.
Please take all the objects out of your bag.
Why?
Just do it.
Okay.
And give them to me.
Escape.
Escape.
A trip to the country was a pleasant escape from the noise of the city.
So speaking of pleasant escapes from the city, Green Island sounds like a pretty pleasant escape. So
yes,
you told
definitely.
me how beautiful it is there. Like, what can you actually do? Like, what kind of activities can you do there?
Oh, there are a lot of things that you can do if you like snorkeling or you like diving, scuba diving. Green Island is the place to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you actually go snorkeling there?
Yes, I did.
Oh, how was
then
that?
we met some of the locals there, and then actually they just showed us how you can just dive to the bottom, and then they got us some sea urchins, and then we're like, okay, that's great. How do you eat it? And then they just open it up, and then we just ate it right there, right then.
Whoa.
And it was like the best sea urchin that I've ever had. The sea urchin is uni. You know, like the stuff that you get from the Japanese restaurants.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I've actually seen them catch little lobsters too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just cooked it for us, and then they served the lobster, little lobsters. And then it was so fresh, it's so yummy.
It sounds like you really loved Green Island.
I do.
Wow, okay, I'm definitely going to go.
And when you go there, try to make friends with the locals because they will definitely give you a lot of tips and ideas of, you know, where to go and what to do.
Wow, that sounds wonderful. Okay.
All right, enjoy Green Island.
Okay.
Taiwan's tiny but beautiful Green Island.
Green Island is perfect for diving since it has clear water and lots of coral reefs and sea creatures. So, on our second day, we went on a group snorkeling tour and were excited to see lots of colorful fish.
Today's lesson is called Taiwan's Tiny but Beautiful Green Island. Part 2. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike, and in yesterday's article, we went to Green Island on that 50-minute boat trip that can be a little rough. We had some shaved ice in a jail-themed shaved ice shop, and then we went on a wonderful tour of the island where our tour guide showed us some of the wildlife.
Like stick insects.
And sika deer, that's right. Now there's a lot of other cool stuff to do on Green Island, so let's get into today's article and continue our trip to this beautiful little place. It says Green Island is perfect for diving since it has clear water and lots of coral reefs and sea creatures. Absolutely, yes, the wildlife on Green Island isn't just on dry land, it's in the water around the island for sure. Now, if we're talking about diving, well, simply diving is jumping headfirst into the water, all right? So you're in a swimming race, for example, and when they tell you to go, you dive into the water. You don't jump feet first. No, you don't go head first into the water. Here, though, we're actually talking about a different activity. Diving in this case is not about jumping head first. It's about swimming under the water using special equipment. You're swimming like a fish would under the water, keeping your body and your head under most of the time, and either breathing through a snorkel, that's called snorkeling, or scuba diving with those air tanks on your back. So that's the kind of diving we're talking about here. Swimming underwater like a fish with special equipment. For example, it can be dangerous to dive into water from a great height. Our example sentence is about jumping head first. Yeah, don't jump head first into water from a great height unless you know the water is very deep.
So, on our second day, we went on a group snorkeling tour and we're excited to see lots of colorful fish. So there's probably some very nice reefs down there and also fish colorful, tropical fish. Now here we have the word colorful. It's an adjective. If something is colorful, it is full of colors, okay? Usually it's consisting of many colors, has many colors, and those colors are bright and strong. For example, the bird has very colorful feathers, so it's hard not to notice. Yeah, how can you not see that bird? How can you not notice it? It has such colorful and bright feathers. Okay, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们今天继续来看看作者和他朋友的绿岛之旅。第一天呢，他们是坐50分钟的船来到绿岛吃剉冰，晚上还参加野生动物之旅。那么第二天，他们就去浮潜。毕竟绿岛有清澈的海水，还有很多珊瑚礁跟海洋生物，非常适合潜水。那作者他们在浮潜的时候有看到许多五颜六色的鱼。好，单字 colorful 就是形容五颜六色的、色彩鲜艳的。那么 dive 它可以表达潜水或是跳水。Mike 老师提到跳水的时候是头朝下，而不是脚朝下。那老师说的 head first 这个副词就表示头朝下的，移动的时候头先下。那么 feet first 则是表达移动的时候脚先下。好，另外再补充一下 snorkel 这个字呢，它当名词是指潜水用的那种呼吸管，在后面加上 ing 就变成 snorkeling 就表示浮潜这项运动。而 scuba diving 就是水肺潜水，要背着水肺器具的那一种。好，接着回到课文中。
Taiwan's tiny but beautiful Green Island.
In the afternoon, we went for a scenic ride around the entire island. The island is so small that you can get around it in only 40 minutes. However, we rode around for several hours admiring the ocean view and points of interest. One of my favorites was the Little Great Wall, a set of stairs that look like the Great Wall of China. Beside it, you can see the famous Sleeping Beauty and Pekingese dog rocks, which are named after the objects they resemble.
All right, everyone, it's now time for a ride. Yes, next, the author and the author's traveling companion, they're going to take a ride. The article says, in the afternoon, we went for a scenic ride around the entire island. A scenic ride around the entire island. Gosh, that sounds great. And it's a good thing that Green Island is so small. It would be difficult to take a scenic ride around an entire island if that island's too big. Like if you took a scenic ride around all of Taiwan, that would take more than a day.
It would take a few days, absolutely. But as it says, the island, Green Island, the island is so small that you can get around it in only 40 minutes.
Whoa, 40 minutes?
40 minutes. However, we rode around for several hours, admiring the ocean view and points of interest. If you just want to drive around, 40 minutes. But of course, you'll want to stop, you'll want to see or admire the ocean view and other interesting places or points of interest. When you admire something, well, we can be talking about the way you look up to someone, like you might admire your parents or a hero or something like that. But here, we're not really using it in that way. We're talking about looking at something that's quite beautiful, that's quite attractive, that makes your eyes and your brain go, I like that. You might admire a beautiful painting or a statue or a work of art in a gallery or museum. For example, Liz admired the beautiful flowers in the park. She doesn't look up to the flowers like a hero. She just thinks the flowers are beautiful and she might take a picture of them.
I like those flowers.
They're pretty.
They're pretty.
There you go.
Anyways, one of my favorites was the Little Great Wall, a set of stairs that look like the Great Wall of China. And this is the author speaking here, not me. And now beside it, beside this Great Wall, so to speak, you can see the famous Sleeping Beauty and Pekingese dog rocks, which are named after the objects they resemble. Okay, so here we got some rocks, and they look like stuff. So that's why they have these names like Sleeping Beauty or Pekingese dog. The Pekingese dog rocks. How interesting. Now here we also have the word object to talk about. It's a noun. Here, an object is something that exists, okay? It's something that exists that you can touch, that you can feel. That's what an object is. For example, please take all the objects out of your bag. All of them. Anything that's in your bag, take it out. Take out all of the objects. Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
好，到了下午，作者和朋友们骑车环岛欣赏美丽的风景。那因为这座岛很小，以至于只要40分钟就可以绕一圈咯。好，这边有一个重点是 get around， 它在这边是指往返各地，四处走动。例如 In Taipei, it's easy to get around by MRT. 在台北搭捷运四处逛很方便。好，那虽然绿岛很小，作者他们还是骑了好几个小时，他们慢慢的欣赏海景啊，去看一些感兴趣的景点，像是小长城，还有知名的睡美人岩，还有哈巴狗岩。那这两个岩石是用跟它们很像的东西所命名的。那么哈巴狗岩看起来真的就像是一只哈巴狗趴在那里。那这边用到两个单字 ，admire 是动词，表示欣赏、钦佩。那么 object 表示东西、物体。接话课文中
Taiwan's tiny but beautiful Green Island.
Our final stop was Jiaori Hot Spring, one of the only 3 saltwater hot springs in the world. Relaxing in the hot spring under a sky full of stars was the perfect end to our trip. If you're looking for a quick island escape in Taiwan, I'd strongly recommend Green Island.
I hear that there are only 3 saltwater hot springs in the entire world, and Green Island has one of them.
That's absolutely true, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It is very, very
It's a
cool.
point of interest.
It will be definitely a point of interest and something you will not want to miss. And of course, our writer here, our traveler friend who gave us this article, also wanted to check out these saltwater hot springs. It says, our final stop was Jiaori Hot Spring, one of the only 3 saltwater hot springs in the world. I think there's one in Israel, maybe near the Dead Sea or somewhere like that. I don't know where the other one is, but you don't want to go all the way to Israel. Well, you can. That'd be a fine idea, but it's far away. Just go to Green Island and check out the saltwater hot spring. So, of course, like a hot spring, it has that water that's warmed by the earth, but this is salt water, so you don't want to drink it. But it's very nice and very relaxing. It says, relaxing in the hot spring under a sky full of stars was the perfect end to our trip.
And we drank none of the salt water, so it was very relaxing, and it stayed that way. So let's wrap things up. If you're looking for a quick island escape in Taiwan, I'd strongly recommend Green Island. It sounds like the author of our article is quite the fan of Green Island.
It is a wonderful escape. What is an escape? Well, we often use this as a verb. And you escape as a verb, it's to get away from somewhere, probably somewhere like that's dangerous. Like you escape from a building that's on fire. But here, we're actually using it as a noun, and it's not about danger, it's about a holiday. We often talk about a weekend escape as a short little holiday, probably in the area where you live, but you're just kind of getting away for a few days, for a short little holiday. An escape to Kendang from anywhere in Taiwan is an easy thing to do. You might go a little further. We're going for a 3-day escape to Hong Kong or something like that. A little 3-day holiday just to kind of get away from your busy life in the city or place where you live. So a little escape once in a while is a great way to relax. For example, a trip to the country was a pleasant escape from the noise of the city.
Okay, folks, that's it for our article, but we still have the what do you think question to ask and then answer. Mike, you've been to Green Island, so
I have.
I'm going to throw this to you. Based on the article, how would you order the activities on Green Island from most interesting to least?
Interesting. That's a good question. I'd say the most interesting activity is diving.
Okay.
Because when I was there, the waves were so rough, it was too dangerous. Next, driving around the island. We did a lot of that, and it was a lot of fun. Then, of course, the hot springs. You got to do the hot springs.
What about the seaweed covered shaved ice?
Yeah, that's after the hot springs.
Okay.
And after a few other things.
Not a fan of the seaweed, are you? Anyways, folks, that's it for our lesson on Green Island. Bye-bye, everyone.
Take care.
好，最后一站是朝日温泉。世界上只有3个海水温泉，那么朝日温泉就是其中一个。作者他们就在星空下泡温泉放松，来当做旅程完美的句点。那这边有一个重点是动名词当主词的用法。以动名词 VING 来当主词的时候，要视为第3人称单数名词，那么后面搭配的动词要用单数型。例如 Traveling is a good way to broaden your horizons. 旅行是拓展视野的一个好方法。好，那么作者最后写到说，如果你想在台湾找个岛屿度假，远离忙碌生活，他会强烈推荐绿岛。那这边用到一个单字 escape。Escape 当动词就表示逃离、逃脱，不过在课文里面它是当名词用，有点像是逃避啊、逃避现实的那种语义。那它也可以用来指逃离、逃脱。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
各位同学，大家好，我是建安老师。我们今天带大家看应答问题 （Questions and Response）。Alright， 今天呢的 WH 疑问词是 who 或者是 whose， 它问的就是人啦。那一样跟之前讲过的 where 还有 when 一样，都是要注意听前面2个字 who 后面加的是 be 动词，还是 who 直接加动词，还是 who 直接加助动词呢？那这些动词一样都会透露着时态，所以呢，你要选择出相对应的时态啊。你听到 whose 什么，那答案要跟人有关。所谓的人有关，有时候不是只有人名而已哈，姓 ，OK，Mr、Mrs 这些都有可能哈 ，Miss。然后呢，还有职称 General Manager， 他的身份，这些都是。who 加上过去式的动词，要注意回答的时态 ，alright， 这些好，我们看一下比较常见的问句长怎样哦。who 后面常常会考的是什么？谁负责什么什么哦？那负责我们可以用 in charge of 或者是 responsible for something，OK？Who will replace Miranda when she quits？ 她辞职的话，谁会取代她呢？Who attended the sales meeting？OK， 所以谁参加了？那他回答是什么？Jack did。OK， 像这一种就是过去式，对不对 ？Who do you recommend for the job？ 谁啊？那你就讲个人名。Who handled the quality control test on our latest products？ 他问的全部都是 who， 所以不是只有 who 是重点，后面的字也很重要。Who is？Who will？Who attended？Who do？Who handled？ 这些都是重点啊。比较常见的回答 ，OK？ 比如说who's in charge of， 那直接丢个人就好，或者是你也可以回答不知道 ，OK？Who will replace Miranda when she quits？OK？I think it's Nancy. I heard Jason will. OK？ 像这个是不是也可以回答上面的这个 who's in charge of 点点点的这种问题也是可以的 ，OK？Who attended the sales meeting？ 结果呢 ，No one from my department， 我们部门都没有，没有人去，可不可以？也可以啊。Who do you recommend for the job？OK？ Why don't you ask your manager? Why don't you ask your manager? 你就用反问，或者是叫他去问其他人，这些都是很常见的这些答案。OK？Who handled the quality control test on the latest products? Several people did. OK？ 几个人去处理的。OK， 那知道这些很常见的问题还有答案形式之后呢，直接来练习咯。
Who's in charge here?
A. Mr. Smith is. B. We don't accept credit cards. C. It's the last one.
刚刚这样听完之后呢，大家应该都有听到，对不对？答案是什么 ？Mr. Smith is， 因为他说 Who's in charge here？ 这边谁负责啊？那 B 为什么会有这种选项呢 ？We don't accept credit cards， 因为呢，你听到 charge 的另外一个意思就是什么？收费。OK， 那我们之前有讲过，通常会拿来混淆的就是什么？同义字词，或者是呢一字多义的。那这边 charge 它有负责 in charge of， 然后它也有什么？它也有收费，所以这是一字多义，它就会用那一个字的另外一个意思 来混淆你。OK， 所以呢，这个就不是答案。Alright, it's the last one。这个就没有了。再来一题。
Whose turn is it to take out the garbage?
A. That's our new supervisor by the door. B. It must be taken out by 5. C. I think it's Mike's.
Alright， 答案是哪一个？答案是 C， 对不对 ？OK，Whose turn is it？ 现在轮到谁啦 ？To take out the garbage。好，那答案是 C 啊。I think it's Mike's turn。OK，Mike's turn。Alright，whose turn is it？That's our new supervisor by the door。这边有讲到人，但是呢，他这边讲 by the door， 就是说，这个门边的是我们新的主管。这个没有回答到这个嘛，所以他有讲到人啊。那什么 ？It must be taken out by 5。Taken 跟这个 take 相似的发音就不能选。OK， 所以答案是 C。再来，我们最后看到讲人的时候呢，通常我们刚刚讲到嘛，他会回答他的职称，对不对？很常见就这一堆啊。那我们看一下 assistant 助理。Board members 董事会的成员哦 ，Chairperson 主席哦，Entrepreneur 是创业家 ，OK，Project Manager 这个专案经理或是 PM，Vice President 副总统、副总裁 ，Conductor 指挥家、车长 ，OK 都是 Conductor。Real Estate Agent 房地产的专员 ，Supervisor 是你的主管 ，Colleague OK 同事 ，Financial Consultant 财务的顾问。Mover 搬家的人，搬家工人 Tenant 是你的房客 Landlord 是房东。以上是我们今天的课程内容，我们下堂课见，拜拜。
See you next time.